Shasu, Shasu, Shasu. I am Kanaya of the Shasu Experience, and welcome to episode 29 of Numerality, where sound meets symbols and consciousness finds clarity. I will provide the numerality for the day, which will include the elemental energies, tarot, astrology, personal insights, and numerology. Now, this week, from Sunday, February 9th through Saturday, February 15th, we will be under the energy of the seven. Now, the seven has to do with inner growth, self-awareness, self-discovery, rest, faith, spirituality, intuition, inner knowing, isolation, thoughtfulness, eccentricities, mental analysis, philosophy, technology, discernment, and also silence. The number seven is connected to the planet Neptune, and Neptune wants to refine, to cultivate insights beyond the level of consciousness. It wants to detect, to ferret out the significance of the abstract, and it wants to transcend, to rise above the ordinary worldly matters. Neptune has an affinity to intuition, imagination, idealism, compassion, illusion, mysticism, the unreal, liquids, and also drugs. The seven is connected to the Chariot card, and that has to do with reflection, rest, vacations, excuse me, victory, success, being in control, traveling, getting your way, using your willpower, being assertive. And this could also represent having a lack of direction, delay, or having self-doubt. This energy is connected to the moon. The moon wants to respond, it wants to react, and it wants to regulate. This energy is also connected to that of Cancer. Cancer moves in a space that is sensitive with an emotional response to outside influences, and it also moves protectively with a defense against attack. Now, this week, as we begin to plan our steps, we can look to the week's energy to support us in our goals. So here's a few ways that we can plan our steps and what we can plan our steps around. So this week we can plan our steps around our dreams, resting, our health, our imagination, our intuition, feelings, and emotions. Be sure to be mindful of addictions and illusions and also patterns that may be showing themselves to you this week. Now, on top of that, we can also look at this week as the second week of the new month and begin to plan our steps from there as well. So during a 2-week, much of your action should be in alignment with the number 2. So actions in a manner of practicing patience, cooperation, diplomacy, harmony, and teamwork with a focus on companionship and also partnership. We can also look to the calendar date of the day for guidance as well. Day is the 10th. The 10 in the Rider-Waite has to do with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune has to do with intuition, luck, fortune, a turn for the better, being in touch with your destiny, freedom, and adapting to change, getting what you want, moving up in the world, getting a promotion, and an unexpected outcome and turn of events, and having a positive change. This energy is connected to the planet Jupiter, and Jupiter wants to expand, it wants to mature, and it wants to experience. Now, on to the planetary ruler of the day. Now, today is Monday, February 10th, 2025. Now, what's driving us today is the fire element of the 30. We're going to simplify that to the 3, but making it a 3-day. Now, the 3s are about your imagination, expansion, self-expression, self-improvement, creation, creativity, joy, happiness, communication, entertainment, being charismatic, popular. It has to do with optimism, and it can also represent having scattered energies. The 3 in the Rider-Waite Tarot has to do with the Empress card, and that energy is connected to travel, entertainment, self-expression, pregnancy, creativity, nurturing in the home, happiness, internal and external abundance, sensuality, and also growth. This energy is connected to the planet Jupiter. Jupiter wants to expand, it wants to mature, and it wants to experience. It's also connected to the planet of Venus, and Venus wants to relate, it wants to unite, and it also wants to connect. Now, Mondays are ruled by the moon. The moon wants to respond, it wants to react, and it wants to regulate. Now, the moon governs institutions, mystery, inner needs, instincts, cycles, subconscious, and the emotions. Now, on a Monday, the activities that you'll find best that will complement the energy are things like journaling, reflecting, engaging in spiritual practices, sharpening your intuition, cooking, taking care of home-related chores, taking care of the children, and taking care of your emotional needs. Now, on this Monday, coupled with the numerality, the activities you could do to capitalize off this energy, we're going to bring it all together, is going to be activities like spending time alone, engaging in spiritual practices like yoga, taking care of home-related chores, taking care of your emotional needs, starting a new project, acting confidently and courageously, being direct, taking bold action, sharpening your intuition, being optimistic and being creative. So those are the activities you could do to capitalize off this energy today. Yesterday's fire element, what was driving us was the 2911, and that had to do with the Three of Wands, and that energy was connected to a learning period, having commercial opportunities, help being offered, planning ahead, preparing for what's to come, and expanding an enterprise or idea, freelancing, creative writing, being a representative and seeing the big picture. The opposite of that would be being overwhelmed by demands and unable to complete a So this energy lets me know that we balance some sort of decision when it came to some new project or some new start that we're having. The 2 will move into the 9, bringing wisdom from the numbers 1 through 9, and that brings about the 11, creating opportunities by using the 1 energy of independence and the new beginning and amplifying it allows the 11 to plan ahead, learn by experience, by your own merit, and expanding on some idea in a creative venture. And yesterday we also began to see the bigger picture of what we are building. So now, building on top of that, today's fire element, what's driving us today is the 30, and we simplify that to the 3, and that is the Four of Wands in the Rider-Waite Tarot. And that has to do with work completed, celebrations, romance, having a happy home, expanding your living situation, property or land. You're open to new possibilities, sharing recreational interests, and having a strong community and or foundation. This energy is connected to the 3rd decan of Aries, which is a Jupiter signature, and Jupiter wants to expand, it wants to reach out in order to understand, it wants to mature, to become fully developed and perfected, and it wants to experience, to have a personal encounter or involvement. Now we have began to see what we could create in this new landscape. The Four of Wands tells me that because we began to create this new vision over this new landscape, it brings an energy of work completed and celebration. It's almost like looking for the right plot of land to build your new home on. Yesterday you saw the land and you began to envision what you wanted to put on that land. The energy too is about coming together and celebrating with loved ones on your recent accomplishments. The 4 has to do with work, service, duty, and planning. Here we can find all of that happening as we begin to watch the house being built. Now, this is a very expansive and optimistic energy to have about the future. Now, the 3 is about creativity, expansion, self-development, self-expression, and using your imagination. Combining these energies will ensure alignment today. Now, today's air element. Air is the impression that we are giving in the conscious realm of others' experience. And this energy has to do with the 55-1, and that is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is connected to honor, birth, clarity, expanding potential, expressing yourself in a creative way, giving your best, believing in yourself, is having potential for greatness, and moving forward in a healthy and happy way. This energy is connected to the element of air, which is Gemini, Libra, and also Aquarius. Now, the 1 has to do with independence, new opportunities, planting seeds, new beginnings, being a leader, being courageous, and also ambitious. Now, people may see us as someone who is destined for greatness today. People may hold you in very high regard. You've begun to express yourself in a whole brand new creative way, and people respect that. And they honor your accomplishments and progress you've made, even if they don't know the exact steps. They can tell the steps that steps were made with the energy you carry right now and the magnetism that follows. They see you as having bright and clear ideas, having great intellectual ability and also range, and having a good judgment. Now, on the other hand, it could be seen as the opposite, as not having good time, communication, or intellectual skills. You're unable to focus and or concentrate. You don't bring any ideas. You're very dull, and you're incapable of making a decision. So those are ways that we could be perceived today. Now, with the earth element, what's going to support us today on top of the fire element is the Ace of Cups, and that is the 41-5. And that has to do with love, abundance, fertility, change, being connected to spirit, happiness, feeling whole and joyful. It's a part of having a creative pursuit. It's about your intuition, seeking a deeper meaning in life, and it's also about forgiveness. This energy is connected to the element of water, and that the zodiac signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and also Pisces. Now, the 5 has to do with independence, free thinking, fast moving, business, communication, trade and commerce, freedom, curiosity, magnetism, travel, being competitive. Also, versatility and adaptability, and learning lessons through experience. The number 5 in the Rider-Waite Tarot has to do with the Hierophant card, and that is connected to change, communication, sex, new interests, travel, freedom, traditions, teachers, support, and structure within a community, faith, experience, adventure, versatility, adaptability, and also cleverness. The Hierophant is connected to the planet Mercury. It wants to communicate, it wants to concentrate, and it also wants to transmit. Now, in this manner of the 41-5 today is asking us to be open to change in how we communicate and how we express ourselves, and how we communicate directly reflects how we feel about what we are thinking. Now, we have begun to express ourselves in a more creative in this space and time. Now, we have created or began to create a structure with the 4 now moving into 1, i.e. new beginnings and planting seeds, and that equals the 5, where we move into where we can express this new identity with the energy of the 5. So this is where we start to change what we think so that it may reflect the feelings that we have by curating our own destinies. This is what will ground us today and help us to continue magnetizing the energy that we want and the energy we want to build upon. Now, the water element, the lesson for what it is that we're bringing in during this space and time is the Justice card, and that is the 11-2, and that has to do with tests, legal dealings, quick decisions, decisive actions, balance, fairness, doing what's right, being impartial, seeing all sides of the situation, and making decisions based on facts rather than emotions. This energy will help guide you when you are making your decisions this month. The number 3 is compatible with the number 3 itself, being imagination, expansion, self-improvement, and creation. It is also compatible, the number 3 is compatible with the number 6. That is the energy of duty, domestic activity, family life, responsibility. And the number 3 is also compatible with the number 9, which has to do with completion, dreams fulfilled, endings, inspiration, and long trips. The zodiac energies that are connected to the 3, the 6, and the 9 are Pisces, Sagittarius, Taurus, Libra. Now on to the astrology for the day. Now the sun is in Aquarius at 22 degrees around 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Aquarius is the 11th sign of the zodiac. It is a fixed air sign. The rulers are Uranus and Saturn. Aquarius qualities work in a manner that is indifferent with an apparent impartiality or lack of concern, and unconventionality with a strong feeling for the unusual. Now the 22 degrees is is the third decan of Aquarius energy, and that is the energy signature of Venus. Venus wants to relate, it wants to unite, and it also wants to connect. The moon is in Cancer at 27 degrees, giving the moon a signature of Mars. Mars wants to move, it wants to initiate, and it wants to activate. Side note, Mars is currently retrograde in Cancer, and this day could be reminiscent of energy you're experiencing when it comes to your drive. Now, the moon in Cancer will go void of course around 8:52 a.m. and it will shift into Leo energy at 12:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, a void of course is a period of time where the moon, before the moon moves into a new sign, which there tends to be an amplification. There tends to be an amplification of emotion due to the instability of the moon being void of. The void moons can be challenging to focus. We are very dreamy, sleepy, low on energy, and overall our feelings are everywhere, and our thoughts and emotions may be clear during this time. Our thoughts and emotions may be unclear during this time. Now, we are gearing up for the full moon in Leo happening Wednesday, February 12th, 2025. Now, here are the moon transits for the day. Now, before the Cancer moon goes void, of course, it will trine Neptune in Pisces at 8:48 a.m. Now, this is a harmonious aspect that invites us to delve into our emotions and use our imagination to navigate the world around us. It beckons us to the deeper, more intuitive aspects of our being. At 12:01 p.m., the moon moves into Leo. At 4:20 p.m., the Leo moon will oppose Pluto in Aquarius. Now, this indicates a period of intense emotional transformation. Expect temporary adversity, but also the chance of liberating breakthroughs. The moon's influence on feelings clashes with Pluto's affinity for upheaval and regeneration. This energy is given the Ace of Swords, which is the air element. Now, at 8:20 p.m., the Leo moon will trine Venus in Aries. This will create a harmonious flow of energy that blends the fiery, dynamic characteristic of Aries with the loving and nurturing essence of Venus. This transit will amplify your inherent desire to approach life with a bold heart. This energy is giving the 41-5 Ace of Cups, the earth element. Now we have two aspects that are from yesterday and one for today. So at 7:07 a.m. today, the sun in Aquarius began to conjunct Mercury in Aquarius. And this energy is asking us to be open to this alignment because it can lead to extraordinary creativity and originality in our thought processes and communication styles. Also yesterday at 8:14 a.m., Mars in Cancer retrograde, trining Saturn in Pisces. And this energy creates a harmonious energy that balances emotional drive with spiritual depth. The alignment enhances the ability to channel emotions with constructive action. Now today, at 2:27 p.m., Mercury in Aquarius will square Uranus in Taurus. Now, this energy will bring an unpredictable energy that can lead to miscommunication, unexpected financial shifts, and workplace disruptions. This aspect will challenge our need for stability and pushes us to adapt quickly to unforeseen changes. While innovation and sudden insights may arise, the risk of errors, whether communication or financial matters, is high. All right? With that being said, thank us for listening. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful. Feel free to email me. I will leave my email in the description box. Until the next experience, be well and enjoy. Peace.